Good morning, hello, and welcome to, well, it's not my office, is it? It's my garage. What a great environment to do a recording in. Well, actually, you'll hear something about something similar to this a bit later on in the message. See if you get to work that out. And I thought actually this may help kind of cement that thinking a bit. This last week I got sent an email from Anne Rose. If you're watching this, Anne, thank you very much for sending it, because it really got me thinking about some stuff. And Anne says this: perhaps God has broken us down to our individual components so that we can re-establish our relationship with Him and find our corporate courage to face the plans He has for us in the future. Now that is an interesting thought. That really kind of got my brain chewing over some stuff. And the first thing that came to mind was this passage from 1 Peter. 1 Peter 1 verses 3 to 9. And I'll just read that for you. Praise be to the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. In His great mercy, He has given us new birth into a living hope through the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead, and into an inheritance that can never perish, spoil, or fade. This inheritance is kept in heaven for you, who through faith are shielded by God's power until the coming of the salvation that is ready to be revealed in the last time. In all this you greatly rejoice, though now for a little while you may have had to suffer grief in all kinds of trials. These have come so that the proven genuineness of your faith, of greater worth than gold, which perishes even though refined by fire, may result in praise, glory and honour when Jesus Christ is revealed. Though you've not seen Him, you love Him. And even though you do not see Him now, you believe in Him and are filled with an inexpressible and glorious joy. For you are receiving the end result of your faith, the salvation of your souls. Now, Peter is writing to a group of Christians facing a variety of trials, but he's encouraging them to hold on to Christ, recognizing that this time is a time of refining their faith, like gold refined by fire. But who likes to be refined? I mean, really, who likes to go through trials? I don't. Do you? But it's good to know that these trials lead to us being filled with an inexpressible and glorious joy when Christ is revealed. Now, another thing that Anne's email reminded me of was this chap that I pass when I go for a dog walk. He's pretty much always there. I don't know if he's there day after day, but he has his garage open and he has a car in it which he's been working on for years. Certainly since before we even moved to Toffwood over 2.5 years ago. And it's a really nice car. It's kind of a fancy sports car. And it's almost a fancy sports car. It's kind of in the process, it's getting there. And he took the whole thing apart, bit by bit, completely stripped the engine. And he took each little component and cleaned off the old grease and dirt. And then polished that little thing up before putting it all back together. Just like an expert who just knows what he's doing. And he reassembled it into this powerful, smooth running motor. I even heard him start it up once and it roared. And I don't know if you like cars or not. I'm not even a particular car fan, but you could really hear the power of that engine, finely tuned. The bodywork has been repaired, and he's currently in the process of doing a lot of the details on the car, continuing to refine it And he still tinkers with the engine now as well. It's that kind of project you think, is this ever going to end? But, you know, he's loving it. And still fine-tuning it, trying to get it perfect. And maybe this time is for us to be before God, enabling him to deal with our grease and dirt and all that rubbish inside of us, so that the proven genuineness of our faith may result in greater praise to the Lord. Maybe we've been deconstructed as a church to be dealt with and cleaned, refined, finely tuned, so that when we come back together, the power is evident and others hear our roar as Christ works through us. Imagine that, the roar of God being heard through his church. Have a listen to this. Listen to the roar of his voice, to the rumbling that comes from his mouth. He unleashes his lightning beneath the whole heaven and sends it to the ends of the earth. After that comes the sound of his roar. He thunders with his majestic voice. When his voice resounds, he holds nothing back. His voice thunders in marvellous ways. He does great things beyond our understanding. That bit was from Job chapter 37, verses 2 to 5. But if you open Job 37, have a look at verses 1 right through to 13, and it's a fantastic description of the voice of God. Have a read, it's inspiring. And as you draw close to him, dig into his word, seek him, and may God inspire you to keep coming to the waters and drink from him, so that when we gather again together, we can rejoice with the roar of his voice, and that we as the church can make a significant impact in our community for the glory of God, that lives will be changed and transformed by the power and through the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ. Let's come to him and ask him to deal with us and free us from the dirt and the grease. So coming up next is a song I've chosen, and the song is called The Lion and the Lamb. Don't worry if you don't know it. I managed to find a video with some lyrics on, which is great and actually quite helpful to me too. And here's some of what is in the song. It says this: Our God is the Lion of Judah. He is roaring with power and fighting our battles, and every knee will bow before him. Our God is the Lamb that was slain for the sin of the world. His blood breaks the chains. Every knee will bow before the Lion and the Lamb. Let's come before him just as we are, that he may deal with us in that beautiful way he does. God bless you. Bye for now.